Becoming your own banker really requires a shift in mindset. We've been programmed for so long with how things work that it takes a while sometimes to reprogram ourselves to truly think like a banker. When first exposed to the infinite banking concept, you probably began to start thinking about how you were going to use your bank after sufficiently capitalizing it. For most people, that starts with paying off high-interest credit cards or even car loans. But after diligently practicing the infinite banking concept for some time, you may begin to notice that the cash values in your policy will increase over time, and at some point, you may not have any more personal debt to finance. This is a wonderful feeling and perfect time to really start thinking like a banker. You see, in order to make money, banks and finance companies must first have capital. Then, they lend that capital to somebody else who needs it for a fee. When the cash values in your policies begin to increase beyond your own needs, you can follow the lead of the finance companies by lending it out to others, also for a fee. For example, assume you were a dentist that wanted to purchase a new piece of equipment that cost $100,000. How would you pay for it? If you were like most dentists who aren't trained to think like a banker, you would likely end up leasing that equipment. The leasing company would buy and own the equipment, then lease it to you. Your monthly lease payments would be structured so that you would end up paying back the original purchase price of the equipment, plus some profits for the leasing company for letting you use their money to purchase that equipment. Depending on how the lease is structured, you would either own the equipment at the end of the lease period, or you could buy it at some agreed-upon price. If you ever failed to make your lease payments, the leasing company could take back the equipment and lease it to another dentist. With sufficient capital in the form of cash values in your policy, you can actually start your own leasing company and begin purchasing and leasing equipment to your own business or to other business owners. Remember, as the owner of your permanent life insurance policy, you have the contractual right to use your cash value for anything you want, whenever you want. This means you can buy equipment and lease it out to any business in any industry you want, whether it's X-ray machines for doctors, backhoes for builders, trucks for trucking companies, micro loans to startup entrepreneurs like your children, or anything else. The key is to make sure that you personally are the owner of the policy, not the corporation who will be leasing the equipment from you, even if you are the sole owner of the corporation. You will personally then purchase the equipment and lease it to the corporation, ensuring to charge a high enough lease payment to cover the cost of the equipment. If you are the owner of the corporation who is leasing the equipment, you can receive an interest deduction for the policy loans you took out to purchase the equipment, since the loans are for a business purpose. Plus, you can depreciate the trucks over a reasonable time if you structure the lease properly. You should definitely meet with a qualified professional to help you structure the lease agreements properly, develop any necessary amortization schedules, determine whether you should be adding more policies, and help you establish separate entities should that be necessary. Ultimately, with everything properly structured, you can make a very good living during retirement by just leasing out equipment to businesses. By becoming your own banker, you will soon be in a position to stop supporting the employees and shareholders of other banks and finance companies through all of the interest you're paying to them, and instead use that money to support you and your family. Becoming your own banker will prove to be one of the wisest decisions of your lifetime.